Want some insight? Get the guidance now. Don't wait forever. Hazels Psychics are here right now for you.
We are live on the Facebook page and YouTube page of Hazels Psychics. Like, share, and tag a friend for your chance to receive some free psychic insight. If you want to ensure that you get yourself a reading tonight, become a VIP. All you need to do is follow the link, paypal.me/VIP HLP. For just £1.50, get your insight now. Do you want some insight? Text one word Hazel Lee and your question to 78887. First time texters are going to get their first response back absolutely free. Don't wait forever. Hazel Lee Psychics are here for you. And now it is time to get interactive. Welcome to a terrific Tuesday. It is going to be a doozy because tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. You know how often I like to shake things up a little bit? Well, tonight is one of those nights. This night, I hope you have a pen and a piece of paper handy because we are going to do some horoscopes and retrogrades. Why? Well, people have been asking, yes, on the phone lines and some of the comments as well. People have been asking about the Mercury retrograde. They've been, oh no, I feel so down, I feel so low. Let's turn that frown upside down and maybe give you a little bit of insight, okay? So first of all, I'm going to take you around the screen. Up here is hazelpsychics.co.uk. That's the place to go to check out who is online and available right now to take your call. Yes, get 2 phones, 1 in each ear, and have 2 conversations at once if you like. I don't mind. But the numbers to call 0330 114 0110 or 0907 995 0010. It is so simple. Even I can do it. Alternatively, you can pick up your mobile telephone if you are located in the UK, and you can get yourself a text message. All you need to do is send one word, Hazel Lee, then leave a space, pop in your question and send it to 78887. Speaking of questions, we do have some rules, unfortunately. We do have to follow by them. These are for entertainment purposes only. If you have a question on health, legal, fertility, or pregnancy or finances, we are not allowed to answer them. So please, 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 please don't ask us. We just don't want to say no, but we will have to if you ask us those questions, okay? Now, in terms of tonight, in the comments, don't bother asking questions unless you're a VIP, because obviously VIPs get first dibs. Up there, paypal.me/VIP HLP is the place to go if you want to get your in-depth reading from the lives here and get your questions answered. Tonight, you don't have to worry about that. All I want to know is your star sign. Give me a star sign because we're going to go through them, okay? We've got 12 star signs to go through, so I know there's at least 12 people out there with different star signs. So let me know. Come on, I want them all right? Whether you're watching on Facebook, thank you so much. Make sure you hit that like button. Or if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button and don't forget to ding that little notification bell so you know when we go live. So I really, 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 really want to get into it. But I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview, okay, of the retrogrades. We've got, well, technically speaking, in about another hour-ish, we've got Mercury going full retrograde. Yes, I know, it's going full retrograde. So I'm going to include Mercury in it because guess what? It does have an impact on quite a lot of people, okay? And so we've got Mars in retrograde. We have Mercury in retrograde. We have Chiron in retrograde. We have Neptune in retrograde. And we have Uranus. Now, look, I'm sorry, I'm old school, okay? I have to say that more than likely I am going to get jumped on because I'm going to say Uranus. I know. Everybody get your laughs out now, okay? Because I'm old school. You know, I still believe planet is the Pluto is a planet, you know, so I'm sorry. It's just the way I was brought up. I got to go with that, okay? So if you see me jumping from Uranus to Uranus, it's just okay. Get your giggles out. It's all right. I'm just old school. All right. So so we've got those 5 planets in retrograde at the moment. Well, technically we'll have Mercury in retrograde in another hour, in about an hour or so. But for air signs, sorry guys, that means you, Gemini, Libran and Aquarius, you're already in retrograde, okay? You are, especially Libran and Gemini guys. You know, Gemini, Mercury rules you. It also Virgo as well, so I'll come to that in a minute. But Mercury, it's like hey guys, listen, I'm the ruler, you have to listen to me. I know that you've got your wants, dreams, hopes and desires, but guess what? I'm a planet. I'm going to come to the forefront at the moment, okay? So Mercury, we're looking at communications, technology. Also, we have anything to do with travel as well. They're a bit of a hiccups overall, okay? On the good side, it gets you to reevaluate what you're looking at, okay? Mars. Now, look, guys, I'm not going to lie. I have made some lots of notes for tonight because there's a lot of information, okay? So, and I will be referring to that because you know, even though I know this like the back of my hand, you know, I'm just gonna I want to make sure that I'm not missing out on anything. So let's have a look. I've got yeah, and you know what, I'm gonna focus tonight on Mercury, Chiron and Uranus. Yeah, I know. And how they affect each different star signs. Now, I know what you're thinking. You go, hang on a minute, but what about Mars and Neptune? Well, guess what, guys? Yes, they still affect everybody a little bit in different ways, but the overall effect on each individual person is it's kind of like saying, well, it's a blanket scape, okay? So Mars in retrograde is all about your well, let's go into Mars itself. Mars is the ruler of your survival instincts, okay? It is about your courage, your sex drive. Yes, I'm going to go into that as well. It's also about the competitive side of yourself, okay? Now, as a blanket over everybody, all of the horoscopes here, when Mars goes into retrograde, you tend to have issues with that, okay? So, you know, it's like kind of having to put you into survival mode. It's like, it's, you know, that fight or flight response. It's like it's putting you into one of those 2 responses. So you might feel that you're a little bit sluggish, a little bit down, purely and simply because Mars is going, you know, well, you know, normally we're here to go push, but this time we need to evaluate, okay? So let's have a look. Do you know what I should have done? Oh, I did too. My glasses, brilliant. I can see, amazing. Okay, right. So Mars is going to be a little bit slower, okay? And it is going to be harder for you to assert yourself. This is a blanket over everybody, all right? So it's just like a little bit harder to get your momentum going and your drive going. Relationships at home, work, romantic life, they are all affected, okay? You might feel a little bit irritated at just stupid little things, and there's also this sort of passion and understanding and the guts of a situation. It kind of feels like there is this aspect of all over, okay? It's like all over. It could be just like, I'm just jumping to conclusions. I don't understand why. The good thing is, okay, about Mars being in retrograde, it is a time to hone your skills, all right? So work on all your emotions and And don't forget, please, please, please don't forget to meditate, okay? Because when Mars is in retrograde, my goodness, things are going to go a bit crazy. So even if it is just taking 5 minutes out, if you are not a person that meditates, don't worry. All you need to do, and it's really, really simple, put on your favorite songs, put your headphones on if you need to, so you completely blocks out everything else. Close your eyes, put on your favorite song, just your favorite song. So it could be like 3 to 5 minutes, doesn't matter. And just completely and utterly get entirely lost in that, okay? That is what Mars is making you do. It's sort of making you say, okay, right, time out. But basically, this is about your drive and your action being pulled back, okay? So that's sort of the blanket thing. The other aspect is you will be pushed to change, okay? That's what it is. So move something around in your thinking, your thoughts, and go forward. That's all you need to do, okay? It's just finding that momentum to step forward. So that's a blanket effect on everyone with Mars. Now I'm going to jump to Neptune, and then we're going to go into some horoscopes, okay? So Neptune is, oh gosh, my goodness, it's in Pisces, and Pisces, I love Pisces. They're such lovely beings, but they have this sort of tendency of this wishy-washy sometimes, especially when Neptune is going through. Okay, so when Neptune is direct, okay, what Neptune does is it comes along and it hides all your anxieties, and it hides all this unwanted realities that you kind of like. It's like, okay, well, you don't want to deal with that, that's fine. When I'm direct, you don't have to deal with it. When it's retrograde, however, what it does is it brings forth to you finding the puzzle pieces and putting them in place of yourself, okay? It is certainly about your spirituality going into rise. It is about being mindful more of yourself. There is this, you have to be aware that there's a couple of things that could come forward with Neptune being in retrograde, and that is obsessiveness and being indecisive, okay? So just if you are aware of the possibility that that could happen, then that's good, because then you can step back and you can go, hey, you know what? I can step back and I can deal with that as it is, okay? So as a blanket effect with Neptune, this is your time to lean in. Okay, lean into the groove of things and grow as an individual. You can and you will evolve, okay, and you will be stronger at the end of it. But my goodness, it is going to be tough, because not only do you have Neptune going, I'm ripping off that band-aid that I put on, you've also got Chiron. Chiron, if you don't know about Chiron, Chiron is a little asteroid in the middle of Uranus and Saturn. Well, Saturn and Uranus, because it goes the other way, doesn't it? And it's a little asteroid that likes to sit there, and it likes to have an effect on everybody. Chiron is known as the wounded healer. I'm going to tell you the simplest terms how I know how to describe what Chiron does. When Chiron is direct, okay, what happens is, let's imagine you are in the middle of a world war battle. Doesn't matter who's fighting whom, but you are a doctor, you are a medic on the battlefield, and Chiron is direct. What you are doing is you are healing everybody else. Again, like I said, doesn't matter what side, it just, you're going, it's that there's a person shot over there, quick, I've got to go and help them. Oh, there's a person over there that needs my help, you're going to go over there. That's what Chiron in direct is, okay? When Chiron is retrograde, what happens is there's a ceasefire, okay, in the battlefield, and all of a sudden there's no one left to help, because you've been shot and you have to help yourself. Chiron is a bit of a bugger. He makes you look at yourself. Honestly, he's going to be a bugger. But with Chiron, I'm going to go into each individual horoscope and how that affects them. Also with Mercury, same again. And with Uranus, Uranus is a tricky one, because Uranus is all about innovations, breakthroughs, ideas, sort of things coming forward. Okay, when it's in retrograde, you have to think about how you're going to go forward. Okay, this is the review period. You need to adapt in, and because I tell you what, Uranus is going to throw you some curveballs. I'm not joking. They're going to throw you some curveballs, and my goodness, this is telling you, how do you react? It's going through Taurus, which again means that you've got this growth as well that's going to be happening, and because it's Taurus, it's all about mental growth. All right, so you are going to spurt, and you are going to have this reassurance that everything is going to be okay at the end of it when it comes to Uranus. All right, now I know we've got a couple of VIPs in already. I want to do one star sign, one horoscope before we jump into VIP questions. So, Mr. P, who is our first horoscope? Sorry, Mr. P, could you tell me who that was? Daz. Hi, Daz. Daz, brilliant. All right, Daz is an Aries, and he's watching on YouTube. G'day, Daz. Fantastic. Right, so Daz, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how Chiron, then I'm going to tell you how Uranus, and then I'm going to tell you about Mercury. Now, this goes for all of the Aries out there, okay? So let's have a look. I'm just going to turn to my little notes here. Now, Aries, okay, a little bit of a overview when it comes to Chiron going in retrograde. Okay, so Aries, you are looking for your internal meaning. Okay, this is what makes you a person, and believe me, there is a lot of questioning your own abilities, questioning yourself, questioning your motives. Okay, and this is what Chiron is doing. Chiron is saying you need to focus on you. Don't even look. You might be having problems in relationships. You might be having problems in working environment. You might be having problems at home. But Chiron doesn't give a rat's about that. Chiron is saying, look, all your problems are related to how you think about yourself. That's what Chiron is doing. And Chiron is saying, this is what's going to happen whilst I'm in retrograde. Okay, I'm going to force you to look at yourself. Now, Uranus, it's a little bit different. It's actually more along the lines of money. Okay, and Uranus is saying, listen, Aries, especially, and I don't know why, but especially in September when Uranus is at its height. Okay, and I know we've just passed September. It's saying you absolutely 110% need to get your spending habits in order. Okay, this is for all Aries. Okay, you need to get your spending habits in order. You need to prioritize where your money goes to. You have 5 months of Uranus being in retrograde, and guess what? Look, if you can't get it into order by the time Uranus ends, which, by the way, is the 14th of January next year, if you can't get your spending in order by then, there is going to be a roll-on effect throughout the next year, which is 2021. So we don't want that. This is giving you every opportunity to look at where you are going. Now, I said I was going to go to a little bit more depth with Mercury, okay, because Mercury is a big one. Everybody's worried about Mercury. So Aries, listen in. What Mercury is going to do is it's going to like you to put your foot on the accelerator. Okay, it wants you to go, like Mercury is like wanting to go fast and just move at what is it, like starship speed. Okay, like speed of light. Okay, however, what happens to you when you can't go at the speed of light? You can't go as fast as you want. You know, when you hit a roadblock, or you know, it's like you've got to go a detour way. And I'm not just talking about specifically transportation here, guys. I'm talking about you wanting to achieve a goal. Well, guess what? You get completely and utterly exasperated. You get exhausted, and you're like, right, I've just had it up to here and I just can't take it anymore. And you're like, okay, you just kind of want to probably hit something. Okay, look, we're all Aries. I'm an Aries. Sometimes you want it. Doesn't mean you have to, by the way, but sometimes you'll want to hit something purely and simply because you're like, I can't take it anymore. Violence is not the answer. Violence is never the answer. you're not going to like what the answer is. I don't like what the answer is because I don't even like saying the word, and I'm an Aries. So all of you Aries out there can totally relate to this. The answer to dealing with these roadblocks is patience. Oh my God, it even hurts to say it. Oh, I've just been shot. I know, it's so bad, it is. But with Mercury in retrograde, this is the one time that you can't use your force to sort of get what you want. It's more, the more you push or the more you battle to get what you want, the worse you're going to feel. So take a deep breath. Calm. That's going to be your best bet for all of you Aries out there. Thank you so much for your one. Okay, so who is next, Mr. P? We've got some VIP. So VIP, what is your question? Love Joy. Hi, Love Joy. And that's on Facebook? No, YouTube. Anything Spirit wants to tell you. Okay, Love Joy. Thank you so much. Let's have a look. Spirit wants to tell Love Joy anything, please. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay. Action. Breath. It's literally how they're like, it's like they're going forward, stop. That's kind of what they're showing me here, okay? Because they're saying there's options, okay? Every time you take a option forward, a step forward in the direction that you're wanting, all of a sudden you're going to be confronted with another option, okay? So don't go head first into what it is that you think you want. Funny way of wording it. Don't go head first into what you think you want. Be open to the possible detours here that they're talking about, Lovejoy. I actually do feel like this is in terms of relationships here, okay? I feel like there is a connection here that is very much saying, hey, be aware that it might not go the direction that you're thinking of, but it might go in somewhere different and better. All right. Thank you so much for your question. All right, have we got another VIP, Mr. P? We're going to move on to another star sign. Who's the next star sign, Mr. P? Any star sign? We've done Aries, so who's next? Jade with Cancer. Right, let me just write down so I don't forget what we've done. We've got Aries and we're going to do Cancer. Cancer. Ooh, interesting. Okay, Cancer. Right, now as I said to you, Jade, I've given a blanket overview of Mars and Neptune. So in terms of yourself, Cancer, we're going to look at Chiron, Uranus and Aries. So let me think. So, okay, that's interesting. Chiron, making you look at yourself, is saying that you don't need to fit in. You don't need to accept anybody else's opinion. You don't need to be keeping up with those Kardashians, okay? Cancer is very much saying, Cancer in Chiron is very much saying you need to understand that you are perfectly acceptable just the way you are, and you know what, you're amazing. Okay, that's what Chiron is saying to you. It's like, look at yourself and see the beauty that everybody else sees within you. Okay, and I'm not just talking about you, Jade, I'm talking about all Cancers here. It is saying, look at your inner beauty, because your inner beauty actually shines outward, and you are amazing. Your personality is amazing. And you don't need to change anything about you. So if you're thinking about changing something, do it because it makes you feel better as a person, not because you want to be like somebody else. That's what Chiron is talking about. Uranus is talking about leaning in to rock solid friendships, okay? Whether that means romantic, family, it doesn't matter, or just your friend. This is talking about people around you not necessarily being around you because they want to be around you. It's more talking about, sorry, Mr. P, your headphones are going haywire. It's more talking about being around the people that you want to be around, that actually are honestly the friendships here. It is about being reminded of how comfortable you can be, okay? Not how comfortable you are because you think you are. It's about how comfortable you are around these people because they actually do support you. And so Uranus is saying, look at your friendships. That's what Uranus is saying. Going into Mercury, okay, Cancer is saying, get ready for an emotional overload. Sorry, Cancer, but get ready for an emotional overload. The more info, or should I say, the more misinformation that you seem to be bombarded with, it sort of, it causes you to retreat into your shell, okay? And as a crab, Cancer, yeah, you got a shell. You've got a rock solid hard shell that you tend to cower into when you're feeling insecure, okay? But it only prolongs the inevitable, okay? Moody, the word moody, being moody doesn't even, it just doesn't even begin to describe the way that you feel as you kind of like attempt to deal with all of this chaos that seems to be around, and all of the chaos that is caused directly by Mercury retrograde. I just kind of want to like throw it away and go, come on, I need to just do something that isn't me related. Well, when things start to sort of break down in your home environment, as in getting in your shell, you know, it seems that you may be start to spin out. So why am I giving you all the bad? Because the bad is leading to the good. Well, guess what? The way that you deal with all of this, okay, you can go one of two ways. If you decide to give in and back into your shell and no, that's it, I'm not dealing with the world right now, I don't care about anything else, I just want to be on my own, it could backfire pretty bad on you, okay? You want to remain gentle, okay? You want to remain nurturing, because these are the positive qualities that you do possess. You are a gentle, you are a nurturing, you are a loving, compassionate person, okay? And that is saying that this time is for you, okay? So do things around the house, spruce it up if you want to, but focusing on you is the key thing that Mercury is going to bring across. Yay! Amazing. Cool. All right, who else have we got, Mr. P? Did you say Danny? Danny on Facebook is a Taurus. There we go. I'm going to cross off my Taurus. If you're wondering, yes, this is probably going to be a long live because I want to make sure everybody gets done, because we've got 12 signs. So we're going to go through Taurus. All right. So remembering, we've done Aries, we've done Cancer. Now we're doing Taurus. Danny, this is for you, and it is for all Tauruses. So if you are a Taurus, are you ready to rumble? Right, Taurus, you have been, this is in Chiron. Chiron is saying that you have been shutting off, okay? You have been trying to, I just kind of want to say here, unplug. It's like that's what Chiron is saying. You have been shutting off, and now you need to try owning up to what it is that you've been trying to shut out with yourself. You need to understand, and you need to embrace, wait for it, Taurus, feelings. I know it is so hard for you to accept feelings into your life, Taurus people, but Chiron is saying, yeah, you are in fact capable of feeling. You're not this stoic bravado that sometimes you can put out to the world. You can absolutely, no, if that's all what's about it, feel feelings, okay? So own it, understand it, and embrace it. I know it's scary, but feelings are what is coming your way with Chiron. Now, Uranus is saying this is a time to take risks, okay? Explore the side of you that you've never thought about doing before, okay? You know, have you ever said, oh, I want to go and jump out of a plane? Go and jump out of a plane. Obviously, with a parachute, guys, please don't just jump out of a plane. Bungee jumping, go and do it. Be spontaneous. Drag car racing, obviously, in a proper drag race car, in a drag race strip, not doing it illegally on the road. Not that I would know anybody that does that. But guys, Taurus, this is time for you to develop something new. Be rebellious in yourself, and obviously don't break the law, but go and do something that is completely new to you, something that you've been putting off. That's what Uranus is saying. It's saying we are going to make you absolutely understand that everything in your life is about you seeing your full potential. Mercury is a doozy. Okay, you aren't used to being an impatient person. You're not used to it. So the retrograde is basically, this is Mercury we're talking about now. So the Mercury retrograde is kind of throwing you for a loop. Okay, because not only are things going not only really things during the Mercury retrograde not going well, is what I meant to say, not going well. It's kind of like it's like this sort of aspect of this typical calming down attitude that you normally have, this stoic bravado, seems to be very much out the door. Okay, that's kind of what this is. It's really frustrating, right? It's so frustrating. But you know what? Usually the careful and considerate Taurus, you know, when you make these impulsive decisions during the retrograde, it just doesn't, shall we say, sit well or jive with your rational way of thinking. You're a very logical and very rational person most of the time, okay? So the biggest problem is that you're going to encounter is that you are going to miss, I'm sorry guys, the communication that you have had or have had in previously with that special someone. Okay, it's like it does this specifically mean the romantic partner in your life? No, this is somebody that you communicate with and you're able to talk with, and I know all of you Tauruses have that out there. Okay, this is what Mercury's going to throw you for a loop. It's going to mess up this communication. It's going to make you question. If you're not getting that communication already, it's going to make you question it even more. Okay, but when you plan to get together with these loved ones, with these individuals, they all go awry. The thing that you need to focus on is don't blame the wrong person. Don't blame the wrong thing. Okay, like, oh, it was traffic, or oh, it was this person's fault that we couldn't make it, or something. You know, all you need to do is avoid the misplaced anger that Mercury is going to be throwing in your way for this communication, shall we say, hiccup, because it is about you having to review, okay, recheck and revisit the communications of the people around you. So review, recheck, and revisit. That's what I got for you, Taurus. Thank you so much. All right, who else do we have, Mr. P? We have, sorry, say it again. Ryan, Marguerite, and Julie are all Capricorns. I'm so sorry you're Capricorn. No, I kid. I'm not Cancer, right? Right, so let's have a look. We're looking at Capricorn, we're looking at Chiron, Uranus, and Mercury. Chiron, you need to open up to your family. Okay, deep and meaningful chats about the past and how you have been hurt or how you've been feeling about the past. You will have to sort of start working on you in that aspect. Okay, so Chiron is saying this is a family tie. This is going into deeper, meaningful chats. That's what I'm very much being told about Chiron. Okay, this is, yeah, definitely the family time. Uranus is coming into more along the lines of past relationships. Okay, this is saying past relationships are going to be knocking on your door, but literally saying, please, oh, take me back. Oh, I just really like, that's literally what I'm seeing for Uranus and Capricorn. Remember, I'm talking about Capricorns here. All of them, you got these past loves, these past relationships looking at you going, hey, you know what? I kind of really want you back. I've been thinking about you loads, and I want you in my life. Well, guess what? Send them packing. I'm sorry, guys, but this is the thing that Uranus is saying. You got to send them packing, only purely and simply because they're coming back into your life for the wrong reasons. Okay, you know, take it as a compliment that they're coming back. Take it as a compliment that, you know, you are literally unforgettable. That's what you are. No, seriously, you are. And that's why they're coming back into your life. So take it as a compliment and say, thank you so much for that. I'm not ready to be back in a relationship with you right now. We'll talk in November. Okay. Yeah, try that. Right, so Mercury is it's saying, progress has come to a bit of a halt. Okay, that's kind of really what it is. It's kind of like saying your master plan has kind of got a bit of a snag to it. It's like, yep, I know where I want to be in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 20 years time, and that's how I need to do this process to achieve that. Okay, Mercury comes along and goes, hang on a minute, I understand that you want to be there, but I just can't. Just hang on, just smack, and she smashes on the brakes. Yes, I know I'm referring to Mercury as a female, but you know, it's literally that. Okay, that's what Mercury is doing around you. Okay, you'd rather be anywhere else than sitting on the couch twiddling your thumbs. Okay, that's what Mercury is saying. But she's also saying that there is real work to be done, and unfortunately, depending on other people, is going to be really, really tough. Like, let's say your computer breaks down and you have to wait for the IT guy to come and fix it. It's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard because they have to finish their job before you can get on with anything, and you have to let them do their job. Okay. It's going to be excruciating. It's going to be really hard because you have to learn this sort of patience side of things. And I know Capricorn are very, very much aware and capable of patience, but as a cardinal sign, which is a good thing, yay, you are used to taking the reins and doing them by yourself. But this time it's going to be hard to not be in control, but it doesn't mean that your future and your success is going to be like side railed. It just means it's put on pause for the moment. Okay, you need to find some zen, find your me zone and push that reset button. Okay, all those lovely Capricorns out there, I hope that helped. All right, Mr. P, who else did we have? We've got another VIP. Who's that, Mr. P? Julie. Hi, Julie, what's your question? Right, waiting on a yes or no. Julie, let's go with bet. Julie wants to know, she's waiting for a yes or a no on this life-changing thing. Are we looking at a yes or a no for her life-changing decision? Come on, Bet. Are we looking at a yes or a no? Okay, I understand that this is in somebody else's hands, not in Julie's hands. Can we look at the answer? This is really strange. Are you refusing to give an answer? Okay, why are you refusing to give an answer? Is that because the decision has not yet been made? No. Okay, this is okay. This is really strange. Normally, Bet is like bang on it. And you know, because you've seen my show. So what I feel like is this, it's not going to give me the yes or no answer that you're seeking, but I do feel like there is more to this story than just meets the eye. I certainly feel that the reason Bet wasn't bang on it is got something to do with free will here, and this is not your free will, this is somebody else's free will. Let's have a look. Okay, it's funnily enough, I've got working environment being involved. I've got choices coming into play here. And the thing is, yeah, no, I'm definitely going to go with work here because we've got the Palace of Swords. This is one of those cards that is completely unique to this deck. And guess what? Okay, Julie, Bet might not have said it, but this is the happiness card. This is all about joy, happiness, and celebrations. Party, party, party. Look, I don't think this is going to go wrong for you. I don't think it's going to go wrong, but I definitely want to say this decision has not yet been made. Okay, and this is lying in somebody else's hands. I feel like this has got something to do with promotion or something like that, and I want to say the outcome is positive. The process is delayed. Okay, thank you so much for your question. Who else? Right, Mr. P, we have Malik on YouTube with Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio. I'm so sorry, all you Scorpios out there. You can't help being a Scorpio, can you? I mean, let's have a look for you, Malik. If there's anybody else out there that's a Scorpio, this is an interesting time for you. Okay. Like I said, you've got that blanket of Mars and the blanket of Mars going, I got to sort of slow things down for you a little bit. Then you've got Neptune turning around saying, well, I'm going to speed your intuition up a little bit. And then we've got Chiron. Chiron is looking at Scorpio and going, rest, recharge, recuperation. I love those 3 R's. This is what Chiron is talking about. This is talking about giving yourself some you time. Yes, you might be in a relationship. Yes, you might have obligations with families. Yes, you might have obligations with work. But for the love of goodness, please don't forget about yourself. Because if you do, Chiron's going to come and give you a kick up the bum and say, no, we're going to take everything away from you until you look at yourself and make sure that you do. If that means you need to go give yourself a massage, yay, go do it. If you need to go and just like go to the spa, go to the spa. Just be you, okay? That's what Chiron's going to say. Now, Uranus is saying that Uranus is going into relationships specifically, okay? Uranus is talking about your intimacy within relationships. If you are not currently in a relationship, there will be somebody around that you get deeper involved with, okay? Your intimacy will be deepened, but the depths of the relationships around you, even if they are friendships, they will go deeper than you've ever experienced before. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. But Scorpios, Uranus is talking about embracing your honesty, embracing who you are. And it is about making sure that you are absolutely aware that you are completely and utterly okay, if that's even a word here, and okay to be in a relationship where you can be vulnerable, okay? I'm using that word relationship in a blanket sense. It doesn't necessarily mean somebody you are romantically involved with. It could be your best friend, okay? Now, let's jump over to Mercury, because Mercury is a doozy. You are a fixed sign, Scorpios. You are a fixed sign. You don't really enjoy the ups and downs of Mercury retrograde that it's going to throw at you, okay? Or life in general. You don't really like the ups and downs that get thrown your way. And you are certainly not going to be first in line onto your roller coaster ride that is Mercury retrograde, okay? Because tell you what, it's going to take you up and down and up and down. If you have no choice to get on that roller coaster or not, you've got no choice. You have to get on it, okay? You need to take each curveball, if you will, as it comes. Okay, you will also, you are, I should say, you are also wise enough to know that even though it might be unpleasant for a little tiny, itty bitty little time, okay, it might be a little bit unpleasant. It has to end sometime, and it will end. My goodness, it will end. You patient Scorpios, because you are very patient Scorpios. I mean, you're a lot of things. Don't get me started on what you are, but maybe another night we'll go right into some horoscopes, okay? But patience is one of your virtues. It's not mine, trust me, as an Aries. I don't even like saying the word, but Scorpios, you've got patience down pat. You can endure almost anything. You might not like it, okay? You might not like it, but you will put up with it because you know there's an end, okay? Yes, I'm sorry, Scorpios, you're gonna have to give up some of that beloved control that you like, okay? Because everything will, all this roller coaster ride will come to an end. That's what I've got for you from Mercury. Thank you so much for asking. We have another VIP come in. All right, who is that? Hi, Suzanne. Any messages from your guides? All right, Suzanne, thank you so much for coming through. Suzanne, show me what I need to know for Suzanne, please. Show me Suzanne, show me Suzanne. Suzanne, one thing I am very much getting here, and first of all, my energy is being drawn downwards with you, okay? Which is a good thing because it's being drawn down in a earthy fashion. I need to tell you that everything you do in your life is connected to everything else. I know that sounds really weird, and I know that sounds like, well, of course it is. I mean, have you never seen a spider's web? Yeah, actually I have. I've in fact seen several spiders make actual several webs. Why do I talk about the spider's web? Because they're talking about love, they're talking about romance, they're talking about working relationships, they're talking about your neighbors, they're talking about your family, they're talking about your life path, and Suzanne, they're talking about your spirituality, okay? Every single piece of your life is connected to the other piece. I want to say when you embrace one part of your life and you neglect another part, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to drop off the end of the planet and go like, okay, well, that was done and dusted. It is about you having to balance each area, okay? That's what your guides are saying to me, because I really do feel like they're pulling my energy down and they're saying, get grounded, Suzanne. Your inner strength, man, you can overcome anything. Anything you want to change in your life, whether it's romance, work, your spirituality, rising, you can do it. And it's going to have a positive effect on all of the other areas of your life, okay? Thank you so much for your question, Suzanne. All right, let's get on with another horoscope. Virgo from Tamara. Is that right? Samara. Sorry, Samara. Samara is a Virgo. I think Virgos are very fascinating. I've known a Virgo all my life, and they are very fascinating. Let's have a look at Chiron. Whoop. Don't knock the burning candle off the table. Okay, right, Virgo. Chiron is basically saying that you are, sorry, Virgo, but you are downloading the wrong messages. If I say something to you, it's almost like inevitably you're going to take it the wrong way, okay? No, not everything is given to you, handed on a silver platter that is painted with negativity. And that's what Chiron is saying. It's saying you need to disconnect from these negative thoughts and these negative vibes that you are, I'm not saying imagining, because there are certain circumstances where you are actually getting thrown negativity, but it's your interpretations of the negativity, okay? So disconnect from your interpretations of negativity and meditate, okay? And when you do meditate and when you sort of switch off from that download, guess what's going to happen? Chiron is going to give you understanding. Holy mackerel, heaven forbid, a Virgo that actually embraces understanding. I know, it's amazing. But guess what? It will happen if you allow the process to flow. Okay, Uranus is saying with Virgo, it is saying try something new in relationships. Okay, you know, you might not need, I use that word quoted, you know, you might not need to have the traditional version of relationship, you know, boy meets girl, boy falls in love with girl, vice versa. It doesn't need to be that traditional sense, okay? But it definitely is saying that you can find happiness in a different way, okay? Definitely. That's what Uranus is saying. You need to make sure the relationships, okay, that you're going to be having is 100%, not 99% Virgos, 100% on your terms, okay? There's no give and take on this. There's no, oh, well, they want it this way and I want it this way, so we'll compromise. No. There's no compromising. Either you're happy or you're not in a relationship, okay? That's what I'm getting for you, Virgos. Moving on to Mercury. That's right. Mercury, you know, with Mercury, what happens is there is a bit of disorder, okay? And as a Virgo, yes, we know that you hate, with a capital H, hate disorder. You think it's ugly, in fact, okay? Now, what Mercury retrograde is, and as your ruler, yeah, oh yeah, it is throwing you for a spin. Talk about that. You're going to feel betrayed from within your very core because everything just seems so ugly. You don't like it. Things are going awry, and it's just like, you know what? The things that you normally count on, though, to get you through the day, like your routine, your order, you know, they're sort of gone out and they're replaced with chaos and uncertainty. Is that such a bad thing? Well, I know you think so. I'm already hearing you scream at the, yes, of course it's bad. We all need order. We all need routine. Well, guess what, Virgo? You don't. And the fact that you're a mutable sign means that you do have some flexibility, okay? You can actually work through this, okay? Because you, even though you need to sort of analyze and organize everything, what actually happens is with you coming into this Mercury retrograde, it's allowing you to give you, well, I say give you, that it gives you the knack of staying grounded. If you can stay grounded in through all of this chaos, all of this uncertainty, you can get through anything, okay? Not that all of you need to, but certainly the ones that remain grounded will get through this Mercury retrograde. All right, thank you so much for Virgos. We are halfway through. I know it's a long one tonight. Where are we, Virgo? Okay, there we go. We're halfway through. We've got 6 more to go. Who have we got next, Mr. P? Doug on YouTube is, where are we? What am I looking for? Aquarius, thank you. Aquarius, right. And now I've lost my pen. Honestly, if my head was not on, I would have lost it a year ago. Well, no, probably more than that. Right, so we've got Doug. This is for you. This is for all Aquariuses out there. Okay, now, Chiron, I'm going to try and go through these quicker because I know we're already, you know, going into overtime. Well, I say overtime, but I want to get through all of them. If you want to get your questions answered, there's Kat. She's available right now. These are the numbers to call: 0330 114 0110. Her PIN number is there on the screen, 6151. Give her a call if you are desperate to get your answers. But I'm going through the retrogrades and I'm going through the star signs, and we're going to go to Aquarius next. Chiron Aquarius. Chiron Aquarius is very much saying you don't like deep and meaningful chats, okay? You don't like these deep and meaningful conversations being thrown your way, unless, of course, you are starting them, okay? But guess what? You need to do it. That's what Chiron's saying. You need to have these deep and meaningfuls. Even if you don't initiate them, you need to do it because there is this cycle of negativity that you seem to get stuck into when it comes to relationships. And we're talking specifically romantic relationships here. Romance, not when it comes to anything else here, okay? This is romance, deep and meaningful conversations in terms of you being thrown in the deep end. You have to deal with it. That's what Chiron's going to do. Uranus is coming up, and guess what, Aquarius? It's in retrograde. Uranus is your ruler, okay? So it's going to be even more powerful than usual because it's in retrograde. Now, this is talking about your home life, okay? The struggles in your home life. This is saying, you know what? If there's any other struggles in your life, work, relationships, anything, and I'm not talking about Chiron throwing you into the deep end with deep and meaningful conversations. I'm talking about real problems that you can't seem to work through. Aquarius, Uranus is saying, focus on your home. Spend money at home. Don't go out and buy, what can you buy? Like, I don't know, a new computer for work or something for work when you need to buy a new bed to sleep on. It is saying in the long run, Uranus is saying that any money spent at home will be rewarded in the future, okay? So when it comes to Mercury going into retrograde for Aquarius, as the high-tech, genuine sci-fi geek most of you are, well, okay, some of you are, the gadgets and gurus of your chosen field, okay, Mercury retrograde is going to be pretty difficult. It's going to be pretty annoying, to say the least, for you, because when your go-to devices like your phones, your laptops, or whatever it is, they are on the fritz, you might be forced to wait for it, find an alternative way. Oh my God, finding an alternative. Hold the phone. Well, literally you can't because it's on the fritz, isn't it? Sorry, Aquarius, this is all about technology going out the door. Yes, we've got other things like communication and travel that will also be thrown your way because you've got other things that are affecting that as well. But Mercury is talking about technology, okay? With you, yes, you're going to have to find an alternative way. Get yourself a backup phone if it means that this is how you work all the time, okay? You need to make adjustments and adaptabilities to anything right now, okay? And guess what? You're brilliant at that. You're really, really resourceful, so use it. But put it into effect. Get the backup plan done now, okay? Before anything goes wrong. Thank you so much for Aquarius. We have Fly High, who is a Sagittarius. Brilliant. Let's have a look at Saggy. Thank you so much, Fly High. And everybody else who is a Sagittarius, this is for you. Now, Chiron in Sagittarius, it is saying stop. Did you get that? Stop focusing on the negatives. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Chiron is saying lighten up. Lighten up, okay? Do something enjoyable. What do you enjoy doing? Do you enjoy going out for a drink with your friends? Obviously, social distance, please. But go and have a drink with your friends. Go and be sociable. Do you want to go bowling? Do you want to go to the movies? What makes you happy? Chiron is saying just stop looking at negatives in relationships. Stop looking at all the little negatives that are being thrown at you. Go and do something nice for you. And you know what? That enjoyment, that's you fixing yourself from the inside out, okay? That's what Chiron's going to be doing. Uranus is going to be saying, oh, Sagittarius, you're feeling a little bit lazy. Yep, you will. Uranus is going to be putting your energy a little bit lower. Yep, low, okay? Because guess what? It is now your downtime. Notice how my speech is like, now it's time to slow down and relax, and now it's your downtime. Meditate. Just, because you know what? Uranus is, because she's the planet of all of the brilliant ideas. It's saying if you take time out for yourself, all of these flow of ideas and good positivity, it's actually going to be going through you. Take time out, enjoy yourself. That's what Uranus is talking about. Now, in terms of Mercury, well, goodness me, yeah. Mercury retrograde gets you where it really hurts. I'm sorry, it does. And this, Sagittarius, is your ability to go, go, go. Yes, we all know that you like green lights, and it is green light, green light, green light, green light all the way for you. But Sagittarius, no. Mercury retrograde says, we are not doing any more green lights for you. We're doing some red lights, and that is what is going to happen, and you have to do this, okay? It is bad for messing up anything to do with transportation for you guys. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it really does. Anywhere you need to be in terms of goals, it's going to put a pause on that as well, okay? And it's like, where you really, 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 really want to be, Mercury's going to go, we're going to puncture a tire on your bike. We're going to put a delay on that plane flight that you've got to catch. We're going to, throw a spanner in the works with the car. Anything to do with transport. I'm sorry, Saggies. Mercury's gonna, she's all over it. She is all over it, okay? Now, it is going to be sort of like this general difficulties, okay? So what I'm looking at here, I'm just going to go through my notes. Okay, yeah, lost time, missed connections, right? Don't be reliant on one source of transport, okay? Because it's going to be hit or miss here, okay? In terms of making alternative plans, be prepared to slow down. Oh my God, red light. That's what's happening for you. All right, thank you so much, Sagittarius. Up next, we have Jane is a Leo. Hi, Jane. Oh, wow, 2 fire signs in one go. Sagittarius and Leo. Have we done Cancer, Mr. P? I can't remember. We did Cancer, didn't we? I just haven't. I haven't marked it off. Have we done Libra? We haven't done Libra yet. No, we haven't done Libra. We haven't done Libra. We've done Aquarius. We've got Pisces. We've got Pisces, Libra, and Gemini. You know what? I think I might leave Libra till the last. Yeah, I think I will. So we've got Libra, Geminis, and Geminis. Geminis? That's an interesting Geminis. All right, but right now we're going to be doing some Leos. Right, Leo is in Chiron, okay, we're talking about opening yourself up. We know you like being in the center of attention, and I'll get to that with Mercury in a minute, but Leo in Chiron is talking about opening yourself up to anything that is energy related, higher mind activities. You are very intelligent people, okay? And nobody likes a know-it-all that doesn't know it all. And I'm sorry, Leos, you do have that tendency to like, oh, hang on, yeah, me, pick me, I know the answer. You might know a fraction of the answer, but what Chiron is saying is get all of the information, not just some of it, get all of it. And that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be throwing you the info. If you can accept, and this is the big if you can accept that you are a student of life and not a teacher, you are going to be going places, okay? You are a student, not a teacher. That's what Chiron's lesson is for you, okay? Now, going into Uranus, we are looking at hard work. We are talking about specifically work here. We are talking about your career, your pay packet, everything in terms of Uranus. It is saying, Leo, hard work pays off. Nothing else matters. You are in line for promotions. Don't worry about the hundreds of other people that are also in line for that same promotion at your work. They're saying if you put the hard work in, the job is yours. So I definitely want to say Uranus is on your side for the working environment. Now, looking at Leo in terms of Mercury, this is not a secret. It is not, like I said before, it is not a secret that you like to be the center of attention, okay? And guess what? It is all about the Mercury retrograde putting the information maybe in a wrong way, okay? You might end up saying something that you didn't intend to say, mixing up the information here, and that's kind of what I'm being told here is if Mercury can make something go wrong in like a presentation, a reading, anything to do with words and you being around other people, Mercury's going to do it. So this is the communication side of things, but it's more the physical communication rather technological, okay? It can cause presentations to fizzle out. It can cause like technology to stop working and have an effect on your communication abilities. The teleconference, the Zoom call signal just gets lost at the last second. It could be embarrassing. I get it. It could. It's trying to, bring you this aspect of this embarrassment that's coming your way. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Just back up everything and plan thoroughly, okay? But in terms of you physically using your voice, if you have to, write down notes, okay? Because your lesson from Mercury is saying, make sure you are concise with what it is that you're wanting to come across, okay? So thank you so much. Leos, who have we got next, Mr. P? We have Annette and Malik on Facebook, who are Geminis. Oh, my daughter is a Gemini. Malik and I'm sorry, Annette and Malik and Summer. Geminis. I've just been, that's right, I should have known that. Mr. P is also a Gemini. So according to this one, it's saying Geminis get paid way too much. They don't do very much at their, no, but I'm kidding. Sorry. It's only because Mr. P is a Gemini. Right. Chiron is saying Gemini is, oh gosh, this is an interesting one. Geminis, you tend to give yourself to people freely, okay? And what Chiron is, that's weird. There was something in front of my face, even though there was nothing there. You tend to give yourself freely and very easily over to the cause, shall we say, of somebody else, okay? And Chiron is saying it's all nice and well to be a good person, but it is time to do some friend cutting. I'm sorry, but Chiron, just, if you don't do it, Chiron will do it for you. It is saying be around the people that genuinely actually want to have some sort of reciprocal relationship, friendship with you, okay? This is what Chiron is saying be aware of who is using you and be aware of the people that actually add value to your life, okay? Not you adding value to their life, okay? That's what Chiron is saying. Do some friend cutting. Be around the people that actually value. Uranus is saying talk less. No, I'm kidding you. Like, can you possibly talk less? I mean, if you talked any less, that would mean you'd stop talking altogether, right? Okay, but no, it is very much saying in terms of this less talking, it's more going inwards. There's more introspection that I'm getting from Uranus. This is saying it's more time for yourself. It's more time for you to process what it is that you're actually thinking of, funnily enough, rather than actually being in this energy of, well, it's them. Uranus says, guess what? It's time to have your own thoughts and your own mind, because that's what Uranus does. Now, in terms of Mercury, yes, guess what, Geminis? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that, but Mercury is your ruler. I'm sorry, Mercury is your ruler. And guess what? We all know that you've got a good side and a bad side, because that's what twins do. Okay, the Gemini twins. Mercury is your ruler, so when it goes retrograde, your whole world is thrown upside down. On a positive note, though, you are a mutable sign, which means that you've got that, ability to see changes, even bad changes, but you have the ability to see those changes and have a chance to make improvements. So mutable sign, yay, which means you're flexible, basically. Okay, when Mercury retrograde puts up roadblocks, because as a Gemini, it's going to do that, and it's going to do that massively. You are going to be, you just need to find an alternative route. Okay, and you'll have no problems there. You'll need to be where you need to be because you need to be there, rather than putting a complete stop. This will be just like detour, go this way, and you'll get there. Just be a bit of a delay. But to be honest, when you're not in a hurry, okay, and you actually do welcome the challenge of, oh, got a detour, I'm going to find an alternative route. You do actually welcome it. I know sometimes it's hard, but the only thing I need to prepare you for, and I know you Geminis out there, be prepared for when your beloved social media app that you all seem to be clinging on to just crashes for no reason. Okay, and like it just, I get that, computers and phones and all that sort of stuff, it can go on the fritz at any time. Geminis, for some reason, it's like you're giving up an electrical charge and it will just go zap. Please make sure you have a backup plan, okay? Because Mercury is going to throw you a mutable sign. By the way, I want to make a quick mention to Geminis, Librans, and Aquarius. You've already started this Mercury retrograde. You are ruled by air, which is Mercury. Yes, Mercury isn't the ruler of Libra and Aquarius, but they do have a massive big impact because it's all air. These three signs have already started. They started like a week ago, potentially even a couple of weeks ago. And you know what? It's actually a good thing because you guys finish earlier than us. I know technically our Mercury retrograde finishes on the 3rd or 4th of, depending on where you are in the world, the 3rd or the 4th of November. But Gemini, Aquarius, and Libran, you're going to be doing this. You're going to be doing it like a week earlier. So all of the things you'll get out of this system already. All right, brilliant. All right, so be prepared for things to start dropping dead already. Backup plans. If you don't have a spare phone, make sure you can get access to one. Okay. All right, brilliant. Thank you so much. We have Suzanne is a Pisces, and then we've only got Libra after that. Brilliant. Suzanne is a Pisces. Let's have a look at what Chiron is saying for Pisces. Pisces is, well, okay, it's time to get your feet wet, Pisces. Chiron is saying water is all about the emotions, and this is about you. Oh, hang on, I'm stuck to the chair. Sorry, guys. I'm literally stuck. There we go. Chiron is saying your confidence may be up and down, okay, emotionally, and it's going to take you the full 5 months of Chiron to get back on your feet. Okay, you absolutely need to focus on your daily affirmations. You don't like, I mean, meditation is great for you Pisces, but just for you to recharge, you need to find some sort of body of natural water. If there's no natural water around you that you can put your feet in, get yourself a bucket of water, even if it's a warm water. Have a shower, have a bath, have them more often than normal, because it is saying that this water recharges you. And Chiron is very much, it's evaluating your emotional well-being in terms of saying you need a big massive reboot. Okay, so it is talking about you doing your daily affirmations. If you don't do them, just Google daily affirmations, pick the ones that you're drawn to, just pick 3 and do them each morning. Okay, that's what Chiron's doing. Uranus is saying you are, how do I explain this in a nice way? No, it's not necessarily bad. It is being unintentionally let's call it gossipy. Okay, it's not that you actually go outward and turn around and say, well, hey, by the way, did you know so and so is doing this, in terms of being a negative. It's like, well, you might be concerned about somebody, and Uranus is saying that you just need to be aware. Okay, be aware that you might say something that isn't necessarily taken well by the person that you're saying it about. No, it's not necessarily to that person. Okay, stay true to who you are. Your intuition is off at the moment. I'm sorry, but that's exactly what Uranus is saying. Your intuition is off at the moment. Hold off on giving guidance, okay, because it's kind of like we need to make sure that the words that you speak are not unintentionally upsetting to people around you. Okay, it's kind of like we're plugging the wrong wire into your brain and going, well, yeah. So if you are intuitive, as I know that most Pisces are, maybe go on holiday, maybe take a break and just go, okay, well, I'm going to take a time out and I'm going to reset, recharge and regenerate. Okay, that's your you time. What Mercury is saying to you is it's talking about your intuition massively here. Okay, your intuition is normally on point. Okay, but during a Mercury retrograde, you know, your guesses, your gut feelings, they're just off. And with your psychic and intuitive abilities sort of out of whack and mixing it up a little bit, it might leave you feeling a little less confident than usual. Okay, it's not saying that you're no longer psychic or anything like that. It's just leaving your confidence a little bit out of all sorts. Okay, after all, if you can't trust your gut as a Pisces, what can you trust? And the truth is, you still need to stay true to who you are. Okay, escape by whatever means necessary. Enjoy your daydreams. Okay, go to your secluded beach that you love. Even if it's not secluded, just go somewhere that makes you happy. But try be by yourself. Well, I mean, obviously with your family if you have a family, but limiting your time with that social interaction, because it is saying that, you know, you need to rebuild, refine your creative energies. And, you know, if it means you've never taken up art before, take up a paintbrush and see how it goes. It might be terrible, but you know what? It's just getting your creative juices flowing. Because when you take that time out, you're going to find real solutions to who you are. Thank you so much to Pisces. We have one lucky last left, and we've got, so who is that, Mr. P? We've got LJ and Paul that are Librans. Brilliant. Let's have a look at Chiron for Librans. All right. So Libra is Chiron is asking you to look at your one-on-one relationships. They very much probably have been quite erratic for the last couple of months. Okay. And it is time to drop the drama and makeup. Literally, that's what Chiron is saying. It's saying it's time to drop the drama and makeup. Literally, that's what Chiron is saying. There is this reconnections of what makes you whole as a person. And no, it's not another person. Okay, it is talking about going into your shadow side, Libra. Chiron is going to mess you up. Sorry, Librans, but it is. It's gonna mess you up. But the good thing about that is what happens when you come out the other side is you are you again. Right now, you're in a world of all sorts, okay? And Chiron is saying your romantic relationships are not where they should be when Chiron goes retrograde. Now, Uranus is talking about specifically embracing your, how to word it, vibe for the chill. Okay, that is really what Uranus is talking about. It's saying just chill, stop making rash decisions, stop it. Keep the balance, and all things will end that are negative, bringing the positive back. And that is really what Uranus is saying for Librans. Okay, you need to just, I want to say, like, take a chill pill. All right. Uranus is very much about making sure that the balance is kept, because with everything else going on, your balance is like, I used to have a set of scales, but they are like, wow, over there now. Let's bring back the scales. That's what Uranus is doing. All right. Libra and Mercury. Oh, wow. You've already been through Mercury retrograde, like the beginnings of it. And Libra always seems to feel it like at least a couple of weeks before it actually hits. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I know I'm not. But seriously, you've already been feeling it for the last couple of weeks. Most of your Libran values revolve around relationships, okay? And I'm not just talking romance here, but it's a big part of how you feel, is how you feel in a relationships above all else. Okay, that's above everything. Mercury retrograde can cut you off from the people who are your lifelines. I'm going to say that again. Mercury retrograde has the ability to cut you off from the people that are your lifelines. Okay. Now, what do? Do you chuck a hissy fit and seclude yourself away from the world and just go, la, 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 nothing's happening? No, Librans, it's time to face the music. The way that you're used to communicating, it might be a little bit, I don't know, spotty, off, on the fritz. You're going to have to find an alternative way to keep in touch. And this is talking with family, with the loved ones. This is your one-to-one relationships that Chiron keeps bringing back. This is not a person that has been in your life for a split second. This is somebody that's had a deep connection to you. Okay, since negotiations of I kind of want to say, like, any type of negotiations, like where we're talking work, romantic, or family, or anything here, since negotiations are completely off the table here, you are very much being told to pay close attention to anything that is terms of contracts, or signing anything, any agreements. And all of the old friends, all of the former co-workers, the exes, are now appearing for, funnily enough, good reasons. Well, depending on how it is that you left that situation. But in a Mercury retrograde, you're going to be finding that certainly old co-workers, old friends, exes are on your mind, because they're meant to be there at this time. Okay, and that's what Mercury is saying. Mercury is very much saying, you need to focus on the relationship side of your life. All right. So that is all of the horoscopes in terms of what is going on with the retrogrades. We do have one final VIP before I jump off to those phone lines tonight. And hopefully that has given you a little bit of insight. Now, if you are watching on YouTube or Facebook, and you are you have paid for a reading, could you please message us and let us know the question? Because for some reason we've got your request. Who is it for, Mr. P? Katie, if you're watching on either Facebook or YouTube, Katie, please, if you can write in the comments right now what your question is. We have received your VIP. We just have no question with it. That's all. So is she watching, Mr. B? Oh, she is watching. Brilliant. She's definitely watching. So I'm going to go and have a bit more chat, and then as soon as Katie's question will come up, we'll jump into it. So hopefully that has given you a little bit of insight with all of the horoscopes and what is going on with the retrogrades. If you want a little bit more insight, pop your questions down and I will go through them and I will answer them personally, okay? However, if you want to have a conversation with me right after the show, these are the numbers to call: 0330 114 0110 or 0907 995 0010. My PIN number is 5682. I will be logged on right after this live. We have the question, Mr. P. Who is it? I love reading. All right. Thank you, Katie. Katie. Let's have a look for you, Katie. So first of all, sorry, Katie, I don't know what star sign you are, but all of a sudden they've just shown me an image of a person a man in your past, okay? And they're saying, this man is not in your past, they're in your future, like they're in your present, okay? And well, they're bringing them up, okay? So there is somebody that's on your mind. Will you be hearing from them? I definitely feel like you will. And I don't actually feel like there is anything to do with the retrogrades here. I'm feeling like this is something that was always meant to happen. There's a soul connection here. I keep seeing soul connection. I pulled out some cards for you, Katie, and guess what you've got here? This is one of those cards that is unique to this pack, and it is the Palace of Cups. This is the place of your emotions. Yes, this is actually confirming what my guides have just told me, and this is talking about specifically relationships, okay? Relationship one. This is the Emperor, and this is talking about your love and your devotion coming back into the fold, okay? I do see there to be question marks above their head, okay, as to pulling themselves out of a situation. I do feel like there's somebody, or there has been somebody else around them. They're pulling themselves out of the situation. Then they're slotting themselves back into your life. They haven't forgotten about you, just as you haven't forgotten about them. There is that connection there, and I do feel that there is genuine love. Do I see somebody else around you? The answer is yes, I do, Katie. But I feel like they are off in the distance a little bit more, okay? I don't see them to be around you this year. I do see that person to be in your mind in the past, to be around you in the present, okay? That's what I'm getting. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight, because I do feel like they're very much talking about relationships being around you in your area right now. There's one in the future. It is a different person from the one in the past. But this one from the past, it's like they're picking them up and they're going, they're still there. They are thinking about you. There is a soul connection there. There is going to be more connection going forward in the future. I've just pulled an extra card for you, and that is literally partnerships, okay? That's the Two of Pentacles. That's partnerships going forward. Hopefully that has answered your question. Thank you so much for joining us, Katie. And thank you so much for everybody that has joined us this evening. I know it's been a long one. I'm so sorry. But I wanted to make sure that we got through everything, because it was such an in-depth topic, okay? So thank you so much. I know if you're still here from the beginning, thank you. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, which is Request a Ruin Wednesday. And yeah, because I do love my runes. They're older than Mr. P. No, they are actually genuinely older than Mr. P. I know. Makes me old. But I will be pulling some runes out for you tomorrow. So stay tuned, 8:30 UK time. I will see you here, okay, on social media, and we'll find out what is in your best and highest good. So I'm going to say hooroo, and I'm going to jump onto those phone lines. Hooroo from me. Good night from Hazel Lee Psychics. Bye-bye.
Do you want some insight? Get the guidance now. Don't wait forever. Hazel Lee Psychics are here right now for you.